I purchased this junky old truck here sitting behind me, not knowing the history about it. The previous owner didn't know the history about it. He bought it from an auction, but I am 99% sure that this truck will run. How can I be so confident? Stay tuned and you'll find out. And look who's decided to join us on our adventure today. Abigail and Douglas. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am the world-renowned, one and only, Kentucky Yankee. So if you didn't know that before, we now have been formally introduced. As I said, I bought this old junky vehicle here for like 200 bucks. I don't know if it'll run or not, but vehicles, mechanical things always present clues. And I'm gonna go over all these clues with you guys and see if we get it running. If it runs, great. I'll be a hero, a superstar, a fortune teller, if you will. If not, I will appear to be an idiot or a court jester. There are no mechanical genius experts out there. They may exist only in their own minds. I have seen a lot of those, which is not, reality. So without further ado, let's jump right on this project and see what we got going on. So I believe this to have a good running engine, and the first and most obvious clue, guys, is this transmission. Why is the transmission out of this vehicle? And with it being out, guess what? It's not gonna go down the road, right? Possibly it could still run good. Another observation I made when first purchasing this is, look there, guys, new U-joints. You can tell by looking at them, this one especially, see how clean and shiny that is? At this point, I kind of know what happened here, guys. What's happened is they had a vibration or a noise or something like that. First thing they did was change the U-joints in the drive shaft to try and eliminate it. That didn't work. So then they thought, well, it's a clutch or something. So they ripped the transmission out, inspected the clutch, didn't find anything wrong with it. They know now it's something inside of the transmission that's damaged. We're junking it. We're frustrated. Let's get rid of this piece of crap and move on with our lives. My fear now, how upset did they get? Did they hold this thing to the floor and blow it up? Because they were so mad about the transmission not working out. And we need to check and just make sure the engine rotates and kind of look at the oil, see what's going on with that. The oil is very black, but nearly full. And I don't see any metal shavings in it or anything like that. So black doesn't concern me too much. As vehicles get older, people slack on the oil changes and stuff like that. No big deal. Now to see if this engine will turn over, make sure it's not froze up. And you would normally go in the front and to the harmonic balance pulley bolt and turn it around there. Anyways, it's freed up. I noticed there are starter bolts missing here, so I'm going to throw those in real quick. We have no exhaust, and here is an oxygen sensor wire where they cut off the little birdie preserver to sell it. So, but I don't think it'll be an issue. I think this is the one past the converter. Brief intermission here. Look how clean this frame is. It's practically rust-free. And what it... sorry. And what it is for my turbocharged Ranger build. 1986, I'm building a turbocharged Ford Ranger. For those of you that don't know, I have many videos on that. That's what this truck's for. Check those videos out if you hadn't seen them already. Why these starter bolts were removed. Some things are a mystery and always will remain a mystery. My best guess is somebody didn't know that they did not have to be removed to remove the transmission. I jacked the engine up a little bit to get it off this cross member. I'm just going to stick this little piece of board here under the oil pan just to make sure it, nothing gets damaged. I also stuffed this wire brush up in there so the oil pan wouldn't get on that cross member. Little shield to make sure the exhaust is diverted away from the cab. Battery's all hooked up. I'm going to turn the key, but sometimes these things will lose their memory. The theft deterrent, I don't know about this truck. They're all different and I cannot keep track. I'm getting ready to hit it and see what happens. I think what I'll do is set you guys up under the hood. Check it out, power windows. Here we go. Alright, so what's happening is no fuel pump. I don't hear it running. It started, fired right up just for a second, but the fuel pump is not continuing to run. I'll investigate real quick what's going on with that, and I believe it'll run. On a Ford truck, the first thing to check is down here. They got a fuel shutoff right there, and it kicks the fuel off. And you have to reset this button, like if it's been hit or something. I'm just gonna wire that, jump these wires together, just to make sure that doesn't have anything to do with it. I just put a cotter pin in between the two wires. This really should have been the first step before messing with the fuel cutoff inside the cab. Just putting a test light in between the wires. This will check all the wiring to the fuel pump. If this lights up when I turn the key on, I know all the wiring's good to the fuel pump and we have a bad pump. If it doesn't light up, then we have a wiring problem somewhere from here on up. The way I picked the two wires out, I didn't look them up. They're two fat wires. The two fattest wires go to the fuel pump because the other ones go to the fuel gauge. Let me set you up on the tripod. We'll turn the key, see what happens. Key on. Now it came on. That means our wiring's good. Let me crank it. If I crank it and the light stays on, we know for sure we got a bad pump. So we got a bad fuel pump, probably locked up from sitting. There is a little tricky trick we can try. I'm also going to hook the battery charger up, give that battery more juice. Who knows, it may fire up. I went under the hood and jumped the fuel pump relay so it would stay on nice and steady because I don't have any help here. And see that nice bright light? That is illustrating the pump staying on. So now let's see if we can make some magic happen here. If it does, I'm going to run in the truck real quick, try to start it. Just plug these back. Hammer. She's running. Smoking. I'm gonna put her all back together and just see what happens. I really don't know what's gonna happen. All right, everything's hooked back just like it was before, relay included. I'm gonna turn the key, let's see what happens. No lights on the dash. That's weird. I'm sure after it runs a while, they'll start popping on. It's running smooth, guys. Check it out. Man, it's running really good. Sounds good, sounds smooth. Check out the oil pressure. Right there. I have to assume that gauge is not working. Yeah, the needle's under the pin. See it? Alternator's charging. Almost out of fuel. Almost out of petrol. Listen to it idle, guys. It's perfect. Let's check out the radio. Any tunes left in this pile? Check it out. Tunage. Tunage. Hey! Cool. Vents work. hang on, that would have been asking a little bit too much anyways. I'm sure it's low on Freon. Let's just do one restart, see how she does. See if it, fires right back up. Here we go. I hear the pump. It runs good, guys. Really good. Sounds smooth. Technically, this one could go either way. I may have to admit defeat because I didn't consider the fuel pump being froze up. And the reason it was froze up is just from this thing sitting, I'm sure. But I did get it freed up, and the truck did run after that. So, I don't know. You guys can vote whether or not I'm an idiot or a car genius in the comments. Whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. Anyways, this thing does run awesome. That's an original fuel pump. The original fuel pump that came out in the truck. It's a Ford, and I highly doubt it's ever been replaced. So I do have a good running engine for my boosted Ford Ranger build. To start off with, I need now to get this cab off, get the older body on there. Again, if you hadn't seen those videos, check out my videos. You'll see the boosted Ford Ranger build videos on there to get up to speed on this project. For you subscribers, pretty cool, right? This thing runs good. I'm thinking about tearing into that transmission just to see what's going on. I may like to use it too to start with. Just get the old body on here and just get the thing down the road for now. Then later we'll turbocharge it. The other day, as some of you know, I posted a video up about a Yamaha moped that I bought and been sitting for 15 years. And again, the investigation process was real fun, trying to figure out, this and that about the machine, and it ended up firing right up and running. So that was cool too. Guys, I hope you enjoyed these videos. If you do, like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff. It helps my channel to grow, and we'll see you next time. Check engine light. I can't believe that came on.